Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Great. Your partner, he's joining or what?
Yeah, he had another meeting that he was kind of caught up in, so he may jump on here in a few minutes with us, but it
All
might
right.
just be me.
Okay, understood. All right. Uh, Thanks for joining this call, first of all.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. I would love to know more about your own background. What have you already built before? You showed interest for raising capital for your own firm, and you have already shared a bit on the details from there. I would love to know more about what you have already built. What are you looking to do with the next few months before the end of the call? If there is any potential collaboration, so I will make sure to share the next few steps from there.
Okay. So I guess we're kind of at a point now where we've been working on building our flagship offering for close to 3 years. In July, it'll be 3 years, and so it's been all partner money at this point. We recently we were able to get everything set up with our lawyers so that we can start taking outside money. So we were able to take a little bit of outside money from some family, but we haven't taken any money from any institutional investors yet. So like I said, we've been working on building this thing for about 3 years. We left incubation in the beginning of 2024. That's really when we launched the flagship offering that we're trading right now. Before then, we were kind of just tinkering with ideas and trying to figure out exactly what we were going to do. But yeah, officially we launched our flagship 2024. We use the S&P as a benchmark. I'm sure you've kind of looked at the deck and seen most of this stuff. But my goal and my objective right now is just to grow. I feel like we've built a really good business. We have a really good strategy. We've been able to prove that we can manage a lot of volatility and come out ahead. So I'm ready to kind of get out there and just grow this thing. And me and my partner, we're not necessarily salespeople. He's an engineer. I've got an operations background, a little bit of brokering, but we kind of need help. With the contacts. We don't have any industry contacts or anything like that. We come from outside the industry. This was a challenge that we wanted to take on, and we've taken it on, and now we're just seeing how far we can take it. So
great. Thanks for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been at the same stage as you are today?
The same stage that we're at today?
Exactly.
As in, what do you mean? Like with our flagship offering?
I mean, what was the asset management that you're currently managing?
Oh, where we've had that much money? Is that what you're asking?
Exactly. I mean, you have today, how much was it for asset management? Was it like 500K?
Yeah, we have 550K.
Exactly. And since when you are managing the same amount, or have you tried to raise more capital, or what have you already done to raise more capital before?
Nothing. We've only ever raised from partners. So there's two people that are family and friends that have given us a little bit of money that aren't partners, but all the other money in there is from the partners. So we started with 175 grand in 2022. We've got a little over 70% return since then, and right now we've got about 550 grand in there. So the partners have been adding incrementally, but we haven't really done anything to go out and raise money. You're actually the very first person that we've spoken with as far as being able to go out there and do this for us. We had a conversation with, I can't remember the name of the company. I think it was PitchBook or something like that, where they could sell us a bunch of broker leads and we can call them ourselves. But we really want a partner in this, man. Like I don't know how much you looked into the pitch deck, but we're really trying to grow this thing. I'm willing to give up equity to somebody that can help me raise money, and we're starting small. I don't think that going after 5 million initially, that's our seed round. I don't think it's too crazy or out there. We're willing to give up equity to people that are willing to work with us. So yeah, to answer your question, Saeed, we haven't done any raising, man.
Okay. Understood. So you have been at the same stage, 500K or 550K in the management since which year?
Well, let's see. Last year we had a 40% year. Last year, 43%. So I think the we've been between 350 to 500K for at least a year and a half now.
Okay. And I mean, what do you think about that? Do you think that it has already been like super dry because you have already been at the same stage for like for enough time?
Yeah, so for me, it was I want to have the product and make sure that the product works and then go out and sell it. So I really didn't focus much on raising money. It was more, is flagship going to do what we need it to do? So we have been kind of stuck, but we haven't really tried. I've been more focused on proving that what we built actually works. Because I was I was kind of under the belief that nobody would even talk to me without a little bit of a background here. So now that we're on 3 years and we have the results that we do, I feel like I've kind of earned the ability to go out there and start raising money. So, and maybe that's the wrong mentality, but like I said, me and Luke, we're not salespeople. We wanted to build this, we want to grow it. It's a long-term, deal for us. We want to do this 30, 50, 60, however long we can keep this business going, we want to keep going. So, we're taking it slow. We're building it from the ground up and just trying to put all the pieces in place.
Understood totally. And from what you can see right here, do you think that what you have already built in the place that would be actually scalable and you can actually scale this up?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What do you think that capacity right here it could be?
I mean, as much as I could get. Obviously, the bigger that you get, you start, moving markets around. But as far as my fund goes, I'm only in like very liquid assets, right? And so I think that we could manage about as much money as we can get our hands on.
But I mean, do you have any target or do you have any range that you can actually think, all right, I can be at this range and I can absolutely manage that easily?
So right now I want to go. I just want to get us to 5 million, and then I just kind of want to keep growing incrementally. As far as what can we take on, I don't have that number. I believe that I can take on as much as I can get. It's just the math of it. You just we're going to hold 5, 6 companies, and that's just how it's going to be. We're going to divide out how much money we have, and it's all going to be managed the same way that our 500K. If I had $5 billion right now, I'd manage it pretty much the same way as I'm doing with my 500K. And obviously, that might sound ridiculous, but like I said, we're in very, very liquid stuff. We're in Nvidia, we're in IBIT, we're in Palantir, stuff like that. So, I do believe that we're scalable. I don't know exactly how big we can get, but I do believe we can get quite big. So,
You can, right?
yep.
Great. I mean, great that you have this perspective that, all right, you can actually take it this big. But do you think that if you want actually to take this big, what do you think that you will need to have in the place if you want to take this big as you have already expected to get it to?
Well, obviously salespeople, because Luke and I, Luke handles my operations. He's the COO and I'm the CIO. So I handle all the trading. But beyond that, we would need salespeople to help us raise the money.
Salespeople.
Salespeople or a partner, somebody that can help us do this.
Okay. Do you think that salespeople will actually make you more money or less money?
I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, like I said.
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead.
Yeah, it just feels like the next natural step, right? Especially for two guys that aren't from a sales background, that don't have the connections, putting somebody in there that does, it does seem like the right move. But like I said, I don't know. If I can find a partner that, has all these contacts and can bring all this stuff to the table for us, I don't need salespeople. I just need one person, so I really do believe it's just finding the right person that's going to partner up with us and help us grow our business.
All right. Understood. So the right person. And do you think that salespeople will make you more money, correct?
Yeah, I don't see how they couldn't not. I think they're going to cost me money, and I don't like paying for salespeople, but obviously it's just kind of part of business. It is what it is. And because we don't have the resources and to facilitate our sales, we're going to have to get somebody else to do it.
Got it. So, I mean, every investment opportunity, it will absolutely cost you investments. But do you think that this investment will absolutely generate to you more than what you are generating today?
I don't know. I would hope so. I think that our results are good enough that, if somebody had the right contacts, I think that, with the fact that I'm giving up equity, to people who want to come in and give me money now, I've got an 8% hurdle rate. I've got only a 1% management fee. So there's a lot of things about my business that on the surface should be very attractive, even though we've only been around for 3 years. And then you look at our returns and, everything with our volatility, our risk gauges. And I do feel like a salesperson should be able to get the message across that we're investable at this point.
Exactly. And do you think that only sales that you need to have in the place, or do you think that, all right, I need actually to have salespeople, but I need also to be known? Do you think that?
No, I don't necessarily think that I need to be known. I just think that I would.
I mean, not you personally, but your own fund, correct?
The business. Oh yeah, we want to be known. Yeah. Yep.
I mean, not you, no, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Sorry, I take things pretty literal sometimes.
No worries at all. I mean, maybe I was like a bit unclear right there. Is it like Luke? Is it like your partner?
That's my partner, Luke.
Hi, yeah. Sorry, I was thinking this was noon my time. I'm on Central Time, so I just realized it was.
No worries.
Happening.
Hello, Luke. How are you doing?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You had a meeting, correct?
Yeah. No, I'm on Central Time. I messed up my times, so I was thinking this was an hour later.
Oh, no worries. So we were talking about where you are right now, you and your own partner. What have you already done lately, and how long have you been at the same stage, which is 550K, and that's with the management. He told me that you have been at this stage for like enough time, and right now you are looking to rise up to 5 million, and you are looking actually to have salespeople in some way. Do you think that what you would actually need to have in the place, or would you like to add anything on that?
No, I mean that sounds accurate. Like I said, we built up our strategy and kind of got all our structure in place, and now we're looking to raise capital. So that's pretty much correct.
That's great. And that's when the management of the capital targets that you think that you can manage right here, Luke, from your own perspective. Do you think that you can manage up to 200 million, 250 million, or what do you think that the maximize that would be for the strategy that you are actually working with right now?
I don't think with our strategy, the way that we're running our strategy, there's not necessarily like a upper limit on how much we could manage. I don't think it'll impact the way we trade necessarily. So I don't think there's any issues with an upper limit.
The only issue ever would be if the liquidity is not there, and it really shouldn't be.
But everything that we're in is super liquid. So
yeah.
Understood. And the first capital target that you are looking to raise, it was 5 million, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we set as our initial goal.
Is it like you are looking to raise that this year, or are you thinking to raise that like with the next X and Y?
Over the next 12 months.
Understood. And look, from your own perspective, what do you think that you need to have in the place in order to scale up to 5 million?
I mean, I don't think we need to add any structure on our side. Like I think been communicated, we have our fund admin and everything else in place already. It's really just getting in front of the right people, and we're kind of new to selling the program like this, so making sure our pitch deck is accurate and communicating that the best way so we can be successful on the people we are able to get in front of.
Got it. Today, do you have any conversations with qualified LBS investors who are actually interested from your own network? It may be that are actually interested to deploy anything to the fund.
We're doing that in tandem with reaching out to you. So we have just started sending out information. So hopefully over the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to pull some additional capital from kind of friends and family, in addition to pursuing unknown LPs through, somebody like you who does makes those connections.
Understood. So right now you don't have anyone from your own family members inside the fund.
No, just the fund founders right now, and like I said, we're reaching out at the same time as we're having these conversations to friends and family to increase our capital under management.
Well, we have
Right.
two people. We have two people investing with us in our family, or that aren't partners.
Yeah, they're partners though.
Okay, you have
Jordan and your brother. Are they considered partners?
No. Yeah, we do have outside. I guess sorry. Yeah, we do have outside LPs, but nobody of substantial. We kind of did those as pilots to make sure our fund admin and everything else was functioning correctly. So, not any other really substantial investors.
understood. Do you think that you can raise 5 million, or do you think that you can raise any amount from the friends and families, or how much do you think that you can raise from them specifically?
I mean, I think we've probably. I mean, from our friends and family, if we wanted to go raise money, I don't think that we could, get 5 million out of them.
Probably not 5. I think we'd probably be between 1 and 2, if depending on what kind of response we get.
1 to 2 million.
Right.
Understood. And since when have you already started the project right here, the whole project?
So we
Yes.
launched.
And
We launched in July 2022. That's when we started our incubation phase, right? And then we traded from July 2022 until the end of 2023, where we were just kind of like testing some things out. We were running pretty much an entirely different strategy. And then in 2024, we kind of, figured out this is what we want to be. This is, what we want to do. And that's when we launched our flagship offering. So really the numbers that you have on our risk measures and the returns, they're all from 2024 and 2025.
got it. So July 2022. Since
Yep.
then, you have already started your own fund, and right now we are in 2025, and right now you are looking to raise capital. I mean, you have already been at the same stage or the same level for like quite enough time. What do you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah. But like I said, that was our thing is, me and Luke are not salespeople. We wanted to build something. We took this business on as a challenge, really, to see if we could do it. And it took us a year and a half to really get what we wanted. But, now that we have it, we feel like we're ready to go out and grow. So, that's 100% why we're here. We do feel like we're stuck right now, I guess, with raising money. At least I feel like that.
Okay, and do you think that it has already been like that for the last like 1 year? It feels like it's stuck, or like it feels like it's going nowhere, or you getting like nothing new for the profits regarding?
It's just not been our focus. It's not even remotely been our focus. It's the business, the trading, the product. What we actually have has been everything. Like I said, our background is not so much sales. More engineering and operations. So, that's where our focus was. That's what we've been focusing on.
Oh, that's absolutely great. I mean, that's a great sector, and congrats on your own success. You have already built a proven concept. Not everyone can do that.
Thank you.
Okay, understood. And right now, if you will stay where you are right now for a longer time, I mean, how things will look like from there? I mean, you are also doing great. You don't you will absolutely not have any effect on your own growth or on your own business model as well. You will just stay where you are for a longer time, correct?
Yeah. We'll just keep doing what we're doing and, getting great results. And then we just kind of figure that the money will find us.
Got it. Do you think that money will actually come to you when you have a good strategy, or that it will come to you when you will go to the money?
I think you're probably right that you got to go to the money. It's not just going to come straight to you. But my focus has always been And my thought has always been, if I can build something, I want to build something that's good enough that people are going to come to me, that I'm not going to have to chase them around. And so that's like I said, that's been our whole agenda with this, is that we want to have a good product that we know can last, that can last for years. It's repeatable, it's scalable. That's what we need. And now that we have that, because we really do feel we have that, it's just, we want to grow, so we know that we got to go to the money.
Understood. Do you think BlackRock, when they have already started in the beginning, they have started to let the money come to them, or they have already started to knock on the doors and tell them, all right, we're actually looking to get some money?
I'm sure that they're knocking on doors.
Exactly. So that's what you need actually to have for a mindset. I mean, in the hedge fund industry, if you're looking actually to have something big, I mean, you can absolutely stay where you are for a longer time, and you want actually to have some revenue, some like absolutely okay revenue. But if you're looking to scale up big, then you would need actually to have this like proactive mindset. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Would you agree on that, Luke?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's why we're starting up that ramp. Like, we wanted to have something to sell. Like Ben said, we wanted to make sure the system worked, what we were doing, both in ups and downs. And now that we've been through a little bit of a cycle, and had really good results, now we're going to start actively, even internally. Like I said, we haven't really pursued friends and family at this point, but we're ready to do that now. So we're just kind of blitzing on all fronts so we can bring in some more capital.
Understood. So you think that now is the best time to do a change, to do a big change?
Yeah, I think we have enough data now to show that how our system and how our strategy works. And so we feel like we can answer questions on what it'll look like in certain situations and what the timeline on recoveries and things like that are like. So we feel like we have enough information now to go out and sell instead of just selling a theory. We have some data behind it, and now we're looking to make that next step.
Makes all sense. And yeah, if you just stay where you are right now for longer time, do you think that you will just keep doing what you are doing and figure out things from your own perspective, or do you think that it will absolutely affect your own growth and it will start to harm your own project?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to bring in some additional capital just to make things more sustainable for the amount of time that Ben and I have spent on it. So we need to bring in capital. Like I said, we're going to be doing that both, through hopefully fundraisers like yourself and through friends and family.